Civil servant in a romance fantasy. Forget the A. This is a Korean novel, and it's an isekai. The synopsis says as following: I was reincarnated into the world of a novel. I'd only read the 3 chapters. Thankfully, the blood flowing in the body of the person I possessed was blue. The prominence of her family comes from the blessing bestowed upon us by the royal family throughout the generations. Maybe this is the price I have to pay for that, but I got a father who seems overly loyal to the emperor, and because of that, I was forced to become a civil servant. While everyone else enjoys romance, I'm just spending my days as a civil servant. It's an isekai. That much is obvious. However, the isekai portion is not too important. He reincarnates in a fantasy romance novel in a sort of medieval magical world that is expected from Korean Academy novels. He didn't read it, so he basically has 0 advantages. There is a bit where the aspect of him being reincarnated is expanded on, but it's mostly just to show his awkwardness with close family members and people who knew him before he got isekai'd into the body. So, what is the civil servant aspect? Well, a civil servant is generally someone who just works underneath the government, but in this world, it's kind of just the jack of all trades. He does paperwork, he kills people, he fights in wars. Essentially, he just does whatever the government wants him to do. At the start of the story, he is assigned to work in the academy because a bunch of royals and important figures are sent there as students, and he is tasked with making sure nothing bad happens with them. Despite this, the story isn't really action-focused, and is more of a slice-of-life type story. The dialogue and character interactions are what truly make the story interesting, fun, and enjoyable. The main characters he interacts with are the original protagonists of the romance novel, but that doesn't really matter. There are other characters, like his co-workers, as well as a few more side characters. Currently, I've read around 110 chapters, and it's a bit slow. Nothing really happens, like I said, slice of life. Something of note about the novel is that there are hints about what the main character did in the past. For example, there's like hints where it's like, oh, he fought in the war, or like, oh, his allies are all dead, or some shit like that. But yeah, there's hints about his past, but there's not really too much yet. Overall, it's a pretty interesting story, and it's decently entertaining. Its characters are why it's good, and the author has done a great job so far, at least for the first 110 chapters. Anyways, you should give this a read if you're interested in it. If I had to rate this, I would rate it Junk Destroyer. It's pretty good. Thanks for watching. I might make another one of these videos eventually. Who knows?